What happened to Brian Rose? Brian Rose, the founder of London Real, recently ran for the position of Mayor of London in the 2024 elections as the candidate for the London Real Party. His campaign focused on advocating for free speech, promoting blockchain technology, and opposing current transport policies. Despite his effort and a viral campaign on social media platforms, Rose received just barely over 7,000 votes. That's 0.3% of the total votes. So he did not win the election. Rose's candidacy followed a controversial history, including allegations from students who claimed they were misled by his business mentorship courses at London Real Academy. And he gained some notoriety during the 2021 election due to a video where he drank his own urine, which resurfaced during his recent campaign.
And I have a glass of a beverage. This is my own urine. And I'm going to drink it today with Timothy live on the show because apparently there's some medicinal purposes for that. It's medicinal. I have no idea what this is going to taste like, but I'm curious. And if Timothy Sheep does it, well, then it must be a smart thing to do. So this kind of tells me I need to drink a little more water because it's a little yellow, but let's have a little bit more. Ooh, so it's a little salty.
Brian Rose initially had a more mainstream and conventional career. He began as a Wall Street banker before moving to London and founding London Real, which was a media platform that started as an interview show featuring a variety of guests from different fields, including business, sports, and entertainment. The interviews were often sensible and interesting and could be called mainstream. Early on, they were well regarded for his insightful and thought-provoking content. It attracted a broad audience interested in self-improvement and success stories. However, over time, Rose's direction and the nature of London Real began to shift. Several factors contributed to this transformation. A shift in content focus. Rose increasingly featured controversial figures and conspiracy theorists on his show. This pivot towards more fringe content began to alienate some of his audience, while attracting a new one interested in alternative viewpoints and unorthodox ideas. Censorship controversies. London Real faced significant challenges with social media platforms, particularly with YouTube, which deplatformed his channel. Rose positioned himself as a defender of free speech, using his platform to campaign against what he perceived as censorship by Silicon Valley tech giants. Mayoral campaigns. Brian Rose's foray into politics also marked a significant change in his public persona. He ran for mayor of London in both 2021 and 2024. He focused on a variety of policies, support for blockchain technology, and so-called free speech advocacy. His campaigns included unconventional and sometimes controversial tactics. And yeah, there was that urine drinking video that resurfaced. Criticism and controversies. His business practices also came under scrutiny. Numerous participants of his London Real Academy courses claimed they were misled by the course content and value, leading to requests for refunds that damaged his reputation.
Can go do them, it's not going to make a difference. But I completed it and I won't consider myself successful. I made a grand total of $52 in sales. And that to me is not success, and it's not the 6 figures you were promised in the live masterclass. So
these elements combined to move Brian Rose from a more mainstream figure to one associated with considerably more polarizing and controversial views and actions. What happened to Robert Kiyosaki? Robert Kiyosaki, best known for his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, continues to be a prominent figure in the world of finance and investment. In recent years, he has made headlines for his bold predictions and controversial financial strategies.
Well, in one of your YouTube videos, you actually said that you're currently $600 million in debt. No?
1.2 billion.
1.2 billion, okay. There we go.
Debt philosophy. Robert Kiyosaki has revealed that he has over $1 billion in debt. However, he views this debt as good debt, which he used to acquire income-generating assets such as real estate and business. He believes that leveraging debt in this way can be a powerful financial strategy. Investment warnings. Kiyosaki has issued stark warnings about the state of the economy and financial markets. He has predicted that the stock market, particularly the S&P 500, is due for a significant crash, which he believes will severely impact 401ks and IRAs. This is part of his broader skepticism about traditional financial systems and fiat currencies. Investment preferences. Consistent with his warnings, Kiyosaki advocates for investment in real assets, gold, silver, Bitcoin. He considers these assets as hedges against the depreciating value of the US dollar and other economic uncertainties. Kiyosaki's recent activities highlight his continued influence and provocative nature of his financial advice. But didn't he used to offer more conventional advice and be considered a more mainstream figure? Back in the early stages of his career, when he wrote his seminal work, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which was published in 1997, he became something of a cornerstone of personal finance literature, emphasizing the importance of financial education, investment in assets over liabilities, and the distinction between working for money and having money work for you. This book and its straightforward principles resonated with a broad audience, earning Kiyosaki a reputation as a practical and accessible financial advisor. Several factors accounted for Kiyosaki's early mainstream appeal. His educational background was rooted in his personal experiences, and contrasting financial philosophies of his rich dad, which was his best friend's father, and his poor dad, his biological father, these relatable narratives made complex financial concepts more digestible to the average reader. He also focused on fundamentals. The initial advice in Rich Dad, Poor Dad was focused on fundamental financial principles like saving, investing in real estate, and building businesses. This practical foundational advice was widely accepted and followed by many, quite different from what he talks about these days. Also, he had a widespread media presence. Following the popularity of the book during the early 2000s, Kiyosaki was a regular guest on various mainstream media platforms like television shows and radio programs and financial seminars, where he shared his insights on financial independence and wealth-building strategies. Kiyosaki's evolution from a mainstream financial guru to a more controversial figure reflects his shift towards more radical and provocative financial theories, aiming to address the changing economic landscape and uncertainties in traditional financial systems. Kiyosaki's company, Rich Global LLC, filed for bankruptcy in 2012 after being ordered to pay a $24 million judgment to the Learning Index for failing to honor a profit-sharing agreement from his speaking engagements. Despite this, Kiyosaki's personal net worth remains substantial, apparently, estimated at around $100 million. One of the main points of contention is the structure of Kiyosaki's financial education courses. These courses often start with a free seminar, followed by a more expensive workshop, and culminate in a highly priced advanced course. Critics argue that the high-cost courses, sometimes reaching up to $45,000, offer little additional value and serve more as a marketing funnel rather than providing any substantive financial education.
They don't want what we know out there. You'll never get those on CNBC. But our school system will never tell us that because they're part of the process. Fake money, fake teachers, fake assets.
Additionally, Robert Kiyosaki's involvement with multi-level marketing, MLM companies, such as Amway, has been controversial. His book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, became popular within the MLM community, which further linked him to this often criticized business model. While many appreciate Kiyosaki's contributions to financial literacy over the years, nowadays the combinations of legal issues, questionable seminar practices, and associations with MLMs has led some to view him as a fraud or at least someone whose business practices are ethically dubious. And finally, what happened to Tai Lopez? Tai Lopez, known for his videos featuring luxury cars and lifestyle advice, has faced significant challenges and controversies in recent years. While he remains active as an entrepreneur and social media influencer, his business ventures have struggled, particularly his acquisitions of failing brands like Radio Shack. Lopez attempted to revitalize Radio Shack by pivoting it to a decentralized exchange and creating a crypto token. However, this venture failed, with the token losing 98% of its value and the Radio Shack website just shutting down. This pattern of unsuccessful business endeavors has sparked concerns about his financial stability, although there are no confirmed reports of him declaring bankruptcy. Additionally, Lopez has been criticized for his marketing tactics and the effectiveness of his programs. And some people feel misled by his promises of wealth and success, leading to allegations that his courses were just scams. Despite these controversies, Lopez continues to promote his content and engage with his audience, although skepticism about the authenticity of his claims and lifestyle definitely persists. So, what is Tai Lopez's current financial situation? It seems quite precarious. Despite his high-profile acquisitions and ventures, such as buying distressed brands through his company Retail E-commerce Ventures, he has faced significant financial challenges. His personal net worth might be around $10 million. However, his company, REV, that's accumulated over $200 million in debt and is facing potential bankruptcy. For now, Tai Lopez remains a prominent figure in digital marketing and self-help industries as he leverages his large online following and notorious face to continue promoting his courses. However, the sustainability of his business ventures remain uncertain given the significant debt load and operational difficulties his company faces.